Why, hello everyone, and welcome to the dawn of a new day and a fireside chat here in no other place than Zudasia! Or I should say the beautiful Redwood Red Wolf National Forest, where we are currently hanging out and camping, and I've been doing a lot of journaling and reflecting, and a lot of chit-chatting with Lily and Tate back here as I figure out where we may want to take our adventures from here. So this is a very informal little fireside chat where I kind of want to just sit down with all of you and maybe have a few moments to discuss the future of zoo crafting. And yes, that sounds very, very serious, puns fully intended because, you know, I'm Seri. But it's not, actually. In fact, I am tired. I am so fed up. I am up to here with having been so serious for so long that over the past few months, in fact, longer than a few months, over the past few years, if I am completely honest with myself, I have put aside the desires of my heart, which only really want to be able to return to our little daily slice of life zoo building adventures here in Zudesia peacefully. I've been putting all of those dreams aside in the hopes and the belief and the idea that I needed to make this into something super mega big, gigantic, boo 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 boo, with time lapses and all sorts of giant builds. But the more I tried to push myself to do that, the more I found myself really wandering away from just days of exploring the countryside with Lily and Tate, stumbling upon all of the amazing natural discoveries that we happen to bump into, being able just to build the little villages and have the characters and have all of the sprawling, silly zoo adventures that really brought my heart to life and gave me a home when I desperately needed one in my life before, here in Zudesia. And this time around, guys, I gave it a lot of thought. I thought about maybe even hanging up my Minecraft spears and just saying, all right, maybe it's time to put the saddle up and maybe it's time to move on to other projects in life. And then all of the craziness of the last couple years happened, and you guys know what I mean. The world completely changed. Everything felt like it was moving like quicksand under my feet for so long, and I was shocked at the fact that I kept waking up just thinking about the number one thing that actually created me as Seri. Back when I first started creating YouTube videos, and back when I very first started our zoo crafting series, which was I think like the third series we ever had on our whole channel, when I started all of those things, one of the things that got me through every single day, no matter how hard it was in my real life, was knowing that I had a home here. Was knowing that I could show up every day and I could work a little bit more, maybe not on something dramatic with multi-hour time lapses and fancy edits, but just a little bit more, sharing the day, baking fresh food with you guys, trying to build the reptile house, searching for all sorts of different animals to come and add into our zoo, building up the village, raising my villager son, JJ, aka, or Junior, and then his, like, younger brother, JJ. I loved that. I love that so much that it gave me a motto in life where I said, even when your heart is breaking, joyful creation can heal beyond words. And that was the motto I lived by through some of the hardest years of my life. And then, as time passed, we got more popular, and, you know, the scope of what Minecraft meant to a lot of people and what it meant to have a Minecraft channel kept changing again and again and again. And I kept thinking, oh, do I need to change too? Do I need to keep up with all of this? You guys wouldn't believe how many comments I have gotten, even in the last couple years, where people say that the way that you're supposed to do Minecraft, Seri, is by having big time lapses and doing huge builds on an SMP server with lots of other people. What are you doing, Theory? Well, I'm just kind of having fun at my own pace and building up my own little world filled with all sorts of special mementos and memories that we stay in year after year, Minecraft version after Minecraft version. And I thought I had to put that aside. I thought somehow I wasn't doing things right. And that's why we haven't had zoo crafting. I thought to be able to come here, I had to make it even bigger and just something that wasn't really in my heart. And then, like I said, the last couple years have happened, and I suddenly had this void, this gap in my heart, this gap of one of these beautiful worlds that we have created together over years and years that I needed to be there. And it wasn't, because I wasn't here. And I wasn't here because I was trying to live up to the expectations of everyone else over what it means to be a YouTuber, over what it means to build a Minecraft world, over what it means to have fun. And when I say those things out loud, it's obvious that I shouldn't have, paid any attention. I should have gone ahead and just done whatever I wanted. And if I had done that, think about how many hundreds more trees we would already have, with hundreds more episodes dedicated to our zoo crafting adventures. Think about all of the amazing builds we could have finished if I had just let myself build at my own pace instead of feeling like I had to put it on a schedule and not make you guys watch too long while I'm trying to like build a cougar exhibit or some nonsense like that. I bet we would have sprawling villages full of characters who had made us laugh and cry and had built up families through the adventures that we had had. I bet we would have dozens and dozens and dozens of animals in our zoo instead of just a couple semi-completed areas. And I bet we would have had so many more amazing memories, even if a lot of them were just built out of the slow and steady slice of life, patient adventures where I'm often just running in circles after plants. I think if I had really stayed the course and been true to my heart, I would have had a home here the last couple years, and I would have remembered that all-important vital message. Even when your heart is breaking, joyful creation can heal beyond words. And I think a lot of us have needed a sense of home the last couple years. A lot of us have needed a sense of comfort, of continuality, of not having to strive harder and push ourselves even more, to hustle even when we are so burned out, when we are so emotionally and compassionately fatigued, when it has been so uncertain. Yes, there's a time for big, grand adventures and for building big, grand things where you want thousands of people to be watching you and gigantic mega mondo builds, I'm sure. Yes, there's a time for all that, but I think there's also time and space in the world, especially time and space in my world and in my heart, to just go ahead and have a place where we can have quiet, calm, silly, down-to-earth little adventures. Cooking together, gardening together, occasionally rounding up the elephants together and trying to build a zoo. And I realized that's actually what I wanted the most the last couple years, and I couldn't find it anywhere. And I still honestly can't find it anywhere. This kind of slice of life stuff where, I just want to spend the day with you guys, petting the puppies, maybe doing a doggy bath day, maybe looking for a new species of bird to add into our zoo. This kind of slice of life stuff I don't see anywhere anymore. Anywhere. And you know what? That reminds me of when I first got started. That reminds me of the very first time I found my voice and began to tell my stories and adventures. That reminds me how, at that time, I couldn't really find the stories that I wanted to hear, that I needed in order to comfort my own heart, and so I made them. And so, guys, I'm ready to come back. I'm ready to come back truly my way. We might have some big plots, we might not. A lot of our days are probably just going to be silly adventures running around together. Like I said, slice of life stuff. But if I've learned anything in my life, it's if I cannot find, just waiting for me or conveniently located in some sort of YouTube search, the content or the book, the story, or the hero that I need in my life, then eventually I need to step up and fill that role. So, with that said, I want zoo crafting to become my comfort series, and hopefully your guys' comfort series again. My dream is to slowly but surely build up my momentum and my pace until I'm able to return it, just maybe not always, but at least for quite a while, as long as my heart wants or needs it, and then occasionally switching off to a daily series. Like I said, building up slowly and carefully so I don't exhaust myself, but I would love that. My dream is to return it to a daily series where we'll be able to expand the zoo with dozens of new animals, maybe even hundreds of new animals, finally! Even if we go kind of slowly and meanderingly at my own pace, occasionally breaking off to build a garden or bake some delicious pretzels, because that sounds really good right now. And I would love to be able to build up multiple sprawling villages all throughout our world that would be filled with villagers that you guys, and especially our patrons and our channel members, will be able to help name and build all sorts of fun trades and stories. We can start epic romances. We can have reputation between the different villages. We can do really complex trading systems so that instead of having to do some of the very menial work around my zoo, we could hire some more of you guys, like I said, especially our patrons and especially our channel members who have been promised this for quite some time, as some of the villagers who can wander around as special NPCs to help us with getting this zoo actually built and expanded. I am so excited about the idea of different cultures that we could explore in those villages. Like I said, different reputation. It would be so much fun to see what kind of things we could unlock. I want to develop characters, their stories, their families. I am so tickled about this, and I'm also ready to say that it's time for zoo crafting, just like I have evolved and changed over the last few years, to evolve and change along with us as well. And it's time for zoo crafting to be more than just about the zoo. My friends, this is an idea that many of you who followed along on some of our Twitch streams will be familiar with, but it is time for some portal problems, some chaos in which I hinted at with my attempt to start a big grand storyline before I got completely overwhelmed, but some chaos in which portals are going to be opening up all over the world of Zoodesia, and out of those portals are going to come animals and characters from throughout all of the series that we actually have on our Pixel Biology channel. So just imagine that kind of portal chaos might see like Honeymint from Slime Rancher bouncing around inside our labyrinth, and we might have slimes from Slime Rancher like jumping around, some of the horses from Star Stable just frolicking about the place, some of our wobble dogs might start wobbling in, some of the special food and even characters from some of my favorite Stardew Valley or Story of Seasons or Harvest Moon series might make an appearance. I wonder if we might even start seeing some things from Niche, like a Barina, perhaps, who might become a new resident of our zoo special crossover exhibits. Things like that are going to start making an appearance too, because I want zoo crafting, and Zoodesia in particular, to expand a little bit beyond the zoo and to start folding in all of the adventures that we have had throughout the world elsewhere, or throughout like the whole world, like all of our worlds, all of them, all of the Pixel Biology adventures, because I think that would be amazing. I think it would be so much fun to have a gigantic crossover series, and that's what I want to turn Zoodesia into, and that's what I want to turn zoo crafting into. But don't worry, I also have huge plans, not too huge because, you know, we got to keep them slice of life style, where they fulfill your heart and make you feel really good to do them. But I have very big plans for those portal problems to also take us to new realms, where we will start adventuring into new versions of Minecraft beyond 1.7.10's shores, which is the version that Zoocrafting lives in permanently. And we will start adventuring into the versions where there are axolotls waiting for us to find them inside of those beautiful, luscious caves, where I could go and raise fields and fields of beautiful bumblebees. I can try to track down some of the llamas that I haven't even met. And we can also play in worlds where there are a whole bunch of other updated Minecraft mods, tying it into a gigantic portal crossway system. Like, think of it this way. We'll have, hopefully, if I can get our lab assistant, Catherine, to be able to have enough experience to build these things, using the very special custom NPC experience system that we are going to be crafting. Also, is that a creeper? That is a creeper. We're just going to scooch a little closer to the fire so that it doesn't interrupt my monologue. This is very important. The rebirth of Zoocrafting does not need to begin with a bang, please. Oh my goodness. But I am hoping that those portals will also take us to the new versions of Minecraft, where hopefully we will be able to have some fun with all of the different animals, a ton of the different mods, and we'll really be able to make something special out of a gigantic crossroads of portals linking us to other worlds. I think that would just be freaking amazing! I am so excited about that idea! I'm also very excited about just taking our time at things and not feeling pressured to make this into what everybody else does. I'm just me. I'm one little person who has made almost 10,000 videos on YouTube, and honestly, the times I have tried to make things fancier and match what everybody else does with their fancy Minecraft stuff, it feels really hollow and confusing. I just want to go day by day with you. You guys are, in so many ways, my friends and people who I feel super inspired by, and you guys tell me that sometimes I even get to do something cool, like inspire you. And instead of trying to impress you with some big production, I kind of just want you to be able to show up and share some toast with me at the campfire every day. That just sounds like something that would really fulfill both our hearts, doesn't it? So there's my dream, revealed to all of you. Here's what I want out of the return and the start of zoo crafting again. A new world filled with ambient sounds and village projects, crossovers from our other series, which I absolutely am desperate to hear cool ideas from some of you guys in the comment section about how to do that. I want to start seeing the patrons' trees pop up every single month so that we can see the sprawling, beautiful world they're helping us build. And I want to be here, day after day, month after month, honestly, year after year. And I want to be able to look back in a year from now and see all sorts of amazing new memories we have created. I don't want to keep standing on the ledge of hesitancy because of perfection and because of the idea that I should make something bigger than what I really want in my heart. I just want to follow my heart. And sometimes we're going to have complicated little plots. Sometimes we'll have really fun little roleplay events. And sometimes, like I said, I just want to go on a nice walk with you guys and talk about cool birds that I've seen recently. And I hope that you guys will be happy to join us on those adventures. I do have some other Minecraft series in mind that I am going to be pecking away at a little bit that will have plots and challenges and a little bit of roleplay. But I think at this point, I think it's better to say that it's better to show up and just be here at least for a little bit than to keep sitting around waiting until I can write the perfect plot and script the perfect thing and get the perfect camera mods working. I really just want to be here as friends instead of as some sort of like fancy pants video editor creator. And I really just want to share the adventure with you guys. So there we have it. All right, there are the plans. What I need from all of you now is, well, hopefully just some relaxed happiness. I think that all of us could benefit from seeing a world that actually could thrive under our attention. I think all of us could benefit from a place that is, you know, is not going to go away and will always be here for you. A place that you can look around and you can see the way that our adventures have very slowly but surely transformed the world through time. And you can look back on that time with fondness of good memories. And what I need from you guys is especially some ideas. What kind of amazing creatures and animals would you like us to add into the zoo? Like I said, I'm always stuck on 1.7.10's mod here, but we could definitely have Catherine work on building us a portal to a new Minecraft realm, where hopefully we would be able to start some little satellite zoos, you could say, from away from Zoodesia. And I would love to know, if we do have some crossovers start popping in, what kind of creatures would you guys like to see as the crossovers who could start appearing in our zoo crafting world? Or is there a character that you have in mind that you think would be perfect for that series idea? And other than that, honestly, I just hope that that can bring you happiness, and all I really need from you guys is, I guess, that your curiosity and your happiness and just your willingness to, if you ever feel the pull and call of zoo crafting, to know that hopefully as the days go by, as the future continues to unspool in front of us and the path is available if we walk it, know that it'll be here. You don't have to show up every day. You don't have to show up all the time. You can step in and out while we work on different plots or different kind of projects. But I just hope you'll know that there is at least somewhere in the world where there is a little virtual world that's full of sprawling memories just for you. All right, there's the plan. Ooh, okay, I'm nervous and excited, but this is going to be awesome. And now I just need to pick the first thing to do. Let's not overthink it, Lily and Tate. I'm going to write down the ideas and throw them in a jar and we'll work from there. But all right, guys. If you guys could, do please leave a like for Lily and Tate and zoo crafting. I desperately would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments because it will dramatically help me figure out how to move forward and to get over my stage fright, I suppose you could say, of trying to do something as apparently boring as a slice of life series in a world filled with bigger and bigger and bigger Minecraft challenges. And other than that, just stay curious. And I will see you guys, I promise, next time. Bye-bye.